Hi everyone, and welcome to this current household update video. And it's been a while since I've done one of these because I haven't had a current household that I stuck with for as long as I did for this one, for example, because I'm almost about to move on to the second generation of this legacy, which is actually a random legacy challenge. I don't know if you're aware of the random legacy challenge. It's basically just like the legacy challenge, except that for each generation you have different goals, you have different requirements. Just like the not so berry challenge, except that here you have to roll a dice to be able to know if your sim has to be in a loving relationship or get divorced or stay single their entire life, how many children they have to have, and also the goal for the generation, what their career is going to be, and so on and so forth. And it's actually really fun. It's a legacy challenge that I wanted to do for a little while now, but I've never really came around and did it until a couple months ago when I started playing with Gia Driscoll over here, who's an elder now. I started with her as a young adult. And for Gia, I actually rolled the unconventional career to be a space explorer. So she is a space explorer. And the little description that I gave for her was, the sky's the limit, they said. Well, not to Gia. So she had to build her rocket ship, and she could only make money from things that she found in space or whenever she got to Sthlm. So she's upgraded her rocket ship fully, I think. Yes, she can actually travel through the wormhole and go to Sthlm, and she can harvest things over there. That's how she found all of those different rocks here. At first as well, she had the leader of the pack aspiration, because I also randomized her aspiration. Actually, I did the little quiz that you can take now in Create a Sim. And I had rolled all of the dice before, so I had an idea of what kind of sim I wanted to end up with. And the miscellaneous fun as well that I rolled for her was the goal that I had for her was to have the best club ever. And it was actually quite fun because she ended up with the leader of the pack aspiration from that quiz. And she actually accomplished that aspiration. Oh, she's tired because she played. Okay, let's just go here and nurture the insects. And so she completed this aspiration. She now has the natural leader trait from accomplishing that aspiration. But she ended up with the genius trait, the dance machine trait, and the outgoing trait from that quiz, which were just perfect for the rules that I had rolled for her, since she had to build a rocket ship. So the genius trait came in really handy. The dance machine trait was really perfect for the club that I have created for her. So this is the club, the clubbers. All of them are elders now. They were young adults before, but now they're not. They have to dance, they have to listen to music, play pub games, and drink bar drinks. And their club meeting, actually, the place that they meet at is this bar here, the Caboose, which is actually a renovation that I found on the gallery for this club. This way there's a DJ booth and a dance place for the Sims to dance at. You're actually quite hungry, so let's go and eat something. What else did I roll for her, sorry. So the miscellaneous fun actually for her was the stranger danger. So she could not call any services. She had to repair everything on her own. She couldn't call the babysitter. Basically no services. Hey, I heard you became friends with... Thank you. Also, Gia had to be in a loving relationship, thankfully. And she had to only have one child. So eventually, Gia met Cornelius Oakes over here, who's also an elder. And the reason why I'm doing this current household right now is because I actually got the notification not that long ago that Cornelius' life was coming to an end. And I wanted to, to show him to you before. So he's actually a sim that I downloaded off the gallery. So here is Cornelius when he was younger. He was created by Snapdragon 27, and I really liked the little description here that they give to Cornelius. So yeah, I've always been good at making things. My grandma used to say it's my God-given gift, my magic hands. Tricked out my first bike when I was knee-high, built my sister a tree house with a pulley elevator and working lights when I was like 10. My buddy and I are building a house right down the street, all recycled materials, designed it myself. You should stop by sometime and take a look. So he's actually, I thought he looked really unique and I really liked him. He actually kind of fitted what I wanted to, what I rolled for the spouse of Gia to be like, because his career had to be a flower arrangement. So he had to technically make stuff with his hands, but I also took advantage of his maker trait and his freegan trait to try and make some money, because basically the two of them couldn't have a conventional career. They had to make money in other ways than from those careers. Like, he made money from making arrangements, she made career from finding stuff in space. And for his career, actually, I made him a maker of things. I make things like objects, fizzy juice, flower arrangements, and then I sell them to you. Or actually, Gia sells those things from the stable here to people, because he's a freegan. That was something that he did not really enjoy, selling stuff. But he used to have the Renaissance sim aspiration, but because this aspiration required him to have a career eventually, I just rolled which career or which aspiration he could end up with, and I ended up on the musical genius, which kind of ended up on the good track for him, since, you know, he also uses his hands to make music. So now he just needs to continue working on writing a song. He has one ongoing, I think. Yes, this one here. I'm going to have him maybe work on this one as soon as he uses the bathrooms. But yeah, so these two met, I think, towards the end of their young adult years. Actually, they got together towards the end of their young adult years. Oh, poor Gia. She's not feeling too good today. Let's go use the bathrooms, compost as well. She upgraded most of what we have in the house. By the way, this is actually the house that I built. It's the container home. Although it's not the exact same version than the one I shared a few weeks ago. It's a bit more affordable for them, and most of the items that we have here were items that Gia had before when she first moved in here. By the way, we are in Port Promise, but I've upgraded this place to have the green initiatives and the modern development neighborhood action plans. So this is what it looks like. It's really pretty. We've hit, I think, the green neighborhood eco footprint a couple times, but it just keeps going back and forth. But I think it's because this eco footprint thing is kind of glitched out right now. But yeah, this is also where I've placed the flower arrangement table, from which Cornelius makes a lot of stuff to sell. We've made actually a lot of money, as you can see, from this flower arrangement. He's really good at that. Gia, you know what, Gia, let's just go here. Actually, it's quite hot. Maybe you should wear your hot weather outfit. So let's go change outfit, hot weather, and let's go here and reminisce. That'll be fine. Oh, she wants to cloud gaze with Cornelius. I hope Cornelius is not going to burn. He actually wants to lounge in the kiddie pool. Maybe he should. Let's go and lounge. You can continue working on your music later. And then these two eventually had a child who I actually randomized the name of, and his name ended up on Felix, which is actually a name that I've never given to any of my Sims, and I thought that it was actually a pretty cool name, Felix Driscoll. So he's actually the heir for the next generation, and I thought that it was pretty cool that he was a boy, because the way I like to play my legacy challenges usually is that I play with an heir that's usually either a man or a woman at first, and then the second generation is the other gender, and so on and so forth. It's, I think, in legacy term, an equality heir system, I think, inheritance system. I don't remember exactly the term, but it's the equality thing. So he's the heir for the next generation, and when he was born, I actually rolled his dice, so he has to be in a couple relationship, basically. He has to have 2 children. His career is actually a conventional one. He has to be in the stylist career, and he has to go into the trend setter branch, which I thought was quite fun, because this is a career that I've never really played with. And when he was born, actually when he aged up into a toddler, we just got the nifty knitting stuff back, and I gave him the basket, to start knitting stuff. And I think, since he has to be in the stylist career, maybe he can just make his own outfits and then make a trend out of those, basically. You're actually hungry. Let's go here and make yourself some food. Let's have some lunch. Let's make a grilled cheese. Then for him, I rolled the goal to be rich and famous. So basically, he's all about the fame, and he wants to be as famous as possible, and everything that's related to being famous, he will have to do. So I think I'm going to have him move to Del Sol Valley, because I never really play in that world. And since, it's the world that's related to the fame system, I think that's something that can be fun, to explore a world that I never really play with a system that I never really explore. So he's going to move to Del Sol Valley as soon as he becomes a young adult. Or actually, as soon as his aspiration requires him to, because I've downloaded a bunch of CC aspirations, and here I have teens aspirations, and this is the towards independence one. And right now he just needs to achieve level 5 in cooking skill, then he needs to start a part-time job. I actually randomized this aspiration, and I think it's just fitting so well for his personality because he's kind of doing things on his own, you know. His parents had him pretty late, and they taught him to be responsible, to be able to take care of himself quite early on. And also when his mother and father were going to the club to dance and have fun with their friends, he was left at the house alone, but they trusted him to be able to take care of himself. And yeah, I wanted to show you that actually for the last milestone, he needs to move out and start to live on his own eventually. So I think that towards his teenage years, he'll be moving out on his own in Del Sol Valley. And yes, he finally moved on to the next milestone. So now he needs to earn his first 1,000 simoleons, start a part-time job, and repair or upgrade an object. Well, the toilets actually break quite often, so maybe eventually he will have to repair this. As for a part-time job, I don't really know what I'm going to have him go into. Or actually, maybe he can go into the retail career since he wants to become a stylist. Let's go find a job. But then for his miscellaneous fun, this is really hard to say, I rolled my precious, which basically means that he has to go and find items to collect, like mysim dolls, metals, crystals, elements, fossils, aliens apparently, space rocks, fish, frogs, all of those stuff, and he has to have a room in his house to display all of his collection. And I was thinking to go with the crystals because I think he will like glittering and shiny things. So I think I'm gonna go and try to collect all of the crystals possible. And as soon as he finishes, you know, as soon as he completes that collection, I think I'm going to try and focus on the metal one. Let's go to the retail employee. Yeah, let's go to the retail one. Yeah, I think this is the one that could be great for him, and he works quite often actually, but he can make quite a bit of money, so that's great. There he goes, retail employee career, great. And as for his spouse, I haven't rolled the dice yet. I will roll the dice as soon as he finds someone to spend the rest of his life with. He needs some social. His fun and social need go down so quickly, I don't know why. But yes, so this is pretty much where I'm at right now with this legacy. Gia is pretty much, I've done everything I could do with her. Like she've upgraded her rocket ship to the fullest. She's accomplished her best club thing that she had to do. She's accomplished as well her aspiration. Now she's working on the angling ace, which was one that I randomized as well. She just needs to go fishing one more time. Something that I've realized actually is that there's no place to go and fish at in this neighborhood, or at least I didn't find any. I thought you could actually come here in this area of the neighborhood and fish, but you can't. And I thought as well that you could go over here. Or can you actually fish from there? I don't think so. I didn't see anywhere where you could fish. What is this thing? Oh, it's a seagull. That was strange. But yeah, you cannot fish anywhere in this world. Or in this neighborhood. You need to go to Conifer Station to be able to fish. Oh well. But yeah, I really wanted to introduce you guys to Cornelius before he died, because he's in the glittery stage. He's going to pass away so soon. As you can see also, he has the aficionado trait because he reached, I think, the level 5 of the, how is it called? Juice fizzing skill, because we had some juice fizzing upstairs. Since he has a garden, you know, I tried to collect as many flowers as possible to be able to pay less money to make the bouquets and the flower arrangements. He also got some other plants. We also have a couple of alien plants here, the intergalactic growth pod, which is out of season apparently, and this one, which is always in season. I mean, it's supposed to be in winter, but we can still harvest things even in summer. I don't know why it's apparently glitched. Also, we had a cow plant called Simsy, but she died, unfortunately. But she actually tried to kill Gia a couple times. Oh, something's broken. What's broken? Oh, it's the sink. Great, let's go and repair the sink, Felix. But yeah, I'm actually really having a lot of fun with these guys. As you can see, we also made a custom mailbox. But yeah, hopefully next time I will be able to update you guys on what Felix has been up to. I'd like to build for him a house in Del Sol Valley, but the lots there are so big that I struggle so much. So I think his first house is going to be really awful looking. I was actually thinking having him move in with his friend Damien, or was he friend with someone else? No, it's Damien. He's actually not really close friends with him, but I would like for them to develop a stronger relationship and maybe have them move in together as roommates. This way, Felix wouldn't have to pay too much for the rent and for the bills, and he will be able to survive on his own, basically. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking for now. I'm just working on his aspiration and try to have him reach his young adult years in the best stage possible. Oh, by the way, his traits are childish, goofball. He also has the happy toddler trait, and I gave him the stove and grills master since he needed to work on his cooking skill. He also earned the creatively gifted trait from his artistic prodigy aspiration that he completed, and I also gave him the entrepreneurial trait because I would like for him to get promoted as often as possible. I'm not going to have him go to university. As I said, I think he would like to do things on his own, and even though, you know, going to university doesn't mean that you're not doing things on your own, I think he doesn't want to go into the system of university, basically. It's not something that interests him very much. But yeah, I'm really not excited for Cornelius to die and pass away, but, you know, that's something that's going to happen eventually. But yeah, that's pretty much the family that I've been playing with for the past few weeks, so that's all I had to say for you guys. Hey Gia, it's Dina. Oh, we could actually hang out, but not in Windenburg. I don't want to go to Windenburg. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say to you guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will update you guys on this family pretty soon. Well, thank you guys very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I will talk to you in the next one. Bye everyone!